2024 season featured some incredible plays and memorable moments, but that's not why you're here. These are 25 of the most embarrassing moments of the 2024 MLB season. The Los Angeles Dodgers were undeniable in 2024, winning the World Series in dominant fashion. But even they had some games and moments they'd like to forget. Down 13-0, and then this happens.
Little dribbler, third base side, tough play. Oh, no.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Dodgers manager Dave Roberts had in mind when he told the pitcher to put the team on his back. While embarrassing, there's no questioning the pitcher's effort in that last clip, but that's not the case here.
Ground ball right side, Rizzo. Nobody at first. Incredible.
Now that's a brutal effort from Garrett Cole, especially in the World Series. Fundamentals, kids. Running hard and with a conviction is important, but nowhere in the book of baseball fundamentals does it mention stealing home on a 3-0 count with the bases loaded.
As if to say, really? You see, Heel's back was turned, and then Robles took off.
Now that guy must have bet under the total. He must have bet under the total. Speaking of gambling, how about the way the Shohei Ohtani era started in Los Angeles? Depending on what you believe, Ohtani's translator either easily scammed him out of millions of dollars or took the fall for his betting activities. What's most embarrassing is the alleged $40 million in gambling losses. Somebody get this guy a promo code. What would you do for a baseball?
Popped up. Foul ground, long run for Heim. Nobody's going to get there. Whoa, that fan, what is he doing?
Just when I thought there was no way to bounce back from missing a ball that badly, the fan got ejected and lost his beer. Talk about a comedy of errors. A couple silly errors from a fan, however, doesn't compare to actual in-play errors in a critical playoff game.
Soft ground ball to third for Jazz Chisholm, and he makes an error.
The Yankees may have been the most inept fielding team in the playoffs, but this drop ball from the Royals first baseman is inexcusable. Maybe we shouldn't be so hard on infielders.
Beautiful. Drops it down. Lucchese's got it, but he throws to third and nobody's home.
Pitchers aren't exactly known for their fielding ability, but is it too much to ask to look before throwing the ball? Judge not, lest ye be judged.
The heating up Judge, who settles under this ball, but then drops it. Can Hernandez get to the bag before the throw? He does.
Aaron Judge is the most feared hitter in baseball, but this is a play that even a little leaguer makes. Even worse, the costly error kickstarted the Dodgers' come-from-behind win in Game 5 of the World Series. Judge wasn't the only one guilty of poor fielding in the World Series.
Run to short, Tommy Edman recovers late.
That's one of the most routine ground balls I've ever seen, and the throw wasn't much better. Don't worry, infielders. This too shall pass.
The pitch is down. The throw's not going to be in time. Oh, but he overran the bag and he's tagged out. Wow. How about that for a big mistake?
Of course I mean that literally. Hello, but hey, go easy on Adele. This could happen to someone like you too. Now, stealing a base can be tough. Let's check in on something easier. Catching an infield fly. These are so easy that, with men on base, it's an automatic out. Surely a professional who has played the game his entire life wouldn't drop the ball, right?
Cruz, first pitch. Straight up it goes to the right side. Salvi Perez going to get called off of there, and then it's dropped.
Talk about a royal screw-up. That has to be the only missed pop-up, right?
Judge sends it a mile high right up the pipe in the infield. Brian Rocchio drops it.
I got it. I got it. I got it. You go get it. A double on an infield fly in a playoff game? Where's the effort? Maybe that Guardians player can learn something from these Yankees fans. Nobody accused them of giving too little effort.
Right by Torres, Betts in the corner. Does he have room? Fights with the fan.
While many New Yorkers praise the efforts of these fans, there's nothing more embarrassing than trying to blatantly interfere and then acting as though you did nothing wrong. This is baseball, not an election. Heads up for this next clip.
Devers and Rafaela out, coming on O'Neal, and a collision. Oh my, Rafi went down, O'Neal went down.
Ouch. Tyler O'Neal is from Canada, but I'll bet he didn't expect to get CTE from baseball rather than hockey. He actually left the game for concussion protocol and received 8 stitches, but his biggest headache of the season was playing for the Red Sox. Now for something a little less painful, at least physically speaking.
Season. Hutchin bounces it to third and dropped and kicked by Berger.
Miami's Jake Berger thinks he's in for a routine groundout, but his limbs had other ideas. At least nobody was hurt during the comedy of errors, right? Third base is known as the hot corner, but not because the third baseman likes to back it up.
Is on the ground toward third. That's a fair ball. Beatty tumbles with and collides with the umpire down the third baseline.
To be fair to the umpire, it looks like the third baseman's momentum was carrying him to the ground anyways. At least he had a nice, soft, pillowy landing. Alcides Escobar didn't have such luck.
Way to go for Escobar. It's just too far.
Let me get this straight. He didn't make the catch, failed to stop himself from going into the crowd, and didn't even stick the landing. Washington didn't see defense this poor since January 6th. Politics aside, I think everyone can agree that watching a position player attempt to pitch is hilariously entertaining.
Same thing. Oh, that is awesome. 1 away.
I'll tell you something.
Woof. That was ugly. Okay, Estuary Ruiz might not feel the same way about position players on the mound. I don't know what was more entertaining, the pitch or the swing. All right, show of hands. Who wants to see one of the worst throws ever? Move over 50 Cent because we've got a new contender.
On the ground to Hopper. Ahmed. Whoa, high throw, he slipped.
Yep, that one's gone and not coming back. We've seen some fans throw pizza and drink beer through a hot dog straw, but this has to be one of the most bizarre and embarrassing food-related incidents at a baseball game.
Oh, the threads to match.
Who's ready to Brock? This should be higher on the list of embarrassing moments, but this dude is clearly sprouting good vibes and has a good head on his shoulders. You can even say he's about to floret. All right, enough with the broccoli puns. Let's go all the way back to spring training.
Papa, shallow center field. 4 players converging, and nobody's going to make the catch, and then the ball gets kicked to right center.
Talk about a kick in the balls. There's no man's land, and then there's whatever this was. Would you believe that this Tigers team made the playoffs? Spring training isn't just for the players. Even fans need the time to fine-tune their viewing abilities.
Looks like he probably had an entertaining night last night. Went for a little run this morning. Lost a shoe along the way.
I'm not sure what this dude had in that cup, but that shoe pillow is a desperate move. Speaking of desperation,
and he hits his ball at time. Deep out to center. Rodriguez near the wall, leaps up. Oh, it's off his glove and over the fence.
man, that has to sting. It's not quite Jose Canseco off the head and over the wall bad, but it must suck knowing you basically indirectly caused a run for the other team, especially after making such a good effort. Lesson here, kids, is to never try. Why does it seem like baseball brings out the worst in fans, like more than any other sport? I'll be honest, the backflip is pretty impressive, but to go down in a heap immediately after because you've been tased, there's no coming back from that one. I mean, that literally, dude is never stepping foot in a ballpark again. There's no coming back from that one. I mean, that dude literally is never stepping foot in a ballpark again. It could have been a lot worse for the taser guy. At least he didn't puke on the field.
On his 21-game hit streak. But lifetime against Green, he's 1 for 8. The one hit is a single.
Doc Ellis once threw a no-hitter on acid, and these kids today can't even get through the first inning without projectile vomiting on the mound. What happened to the sport we once loved? And if you like sports, make sure to check out our new NBA lifestyle channel. We'll be going over the insane and controversial lifestyles of every NBA star. Thanks for watching.